everyone. I'm Raven Moore, and welcome to the first episode of the Memphis Blast podcast. And today we are joined by wide receiver, defensive back, quarterback, aka a little bit of everything, Markerion MJ Johnson. How you doing today, MJ?
I'm good today. How you doing?
I am doing pretty good. So you are going to be one of the few players who are going to be a part of the 2021 team that has experience playing for the Blast before. So what can you say are some lessons you learned from your last stint with the Blast a couple seasons back?
The previous season, playing with the Blast, I basically just learned how to develop more as a player independently and kind of like groom myself into being a leader because I never really had to like speak out as much or really have to be a vocal leader. So being on the team is kind of like, I want to say, it's making me progress as a player off the field as well because like my personality, I'm kind of shy, so I don't really talk as much. So playing with older people and older guys and interacting with those guys kind of helped me like grow as an individual as well. So I mean, looking forward to it. The expectations for this year. Um, I mean, I say right now we have a strong depth. Like the guys that we have, they're fully committed, they're dedicated. So we're gonna keep grooming those guys, the guys we do have. We're gonna keep going forward with it. And by the time the season get here, I'm pretty sure we'll be ready to face anybody.
So in addition to those new guys that we both mentioned, we also have a new coaching staff. In fact, we have a new head coach, Tremaine Wortham, who we hope to interview later on in the podcast. So what are your thoughts on the new head coach? I know he's kind of a different vibe than Coach Thompson of the past. So what are your thoughts on him so far?
I love Coach. I ain't gonna lie, I like Coach a lot. Like he brings a different type of energy to the team. Even though it's new, like we have a new coaching staff, everybody is new. It's a different vibe. Like I feel like we have a real culture growing. We got structure building, and like just shout out to the coaches. I feel like they're doing a real good job of, you know what I'm saying, keeping us in the spirit of the season, getting us right for the season, training us, and you know what I'm saying, making us better players.
So what inspired you to come back to the Memphis Blast? Like I mentioned, you did play for the team a couple years ago. Unfortunately, the GDFL did not have a season last year. So what led to you coming back to rep the blue and gold?
Honestly, it feel like home because like at the start of my football career, I played for a new Pee Wee team. So I was always used to like building up teams and coming from the bottom of it. So when I joined the Blast a couple years ago, I kind of felt like I was back in my Pee Wee stage, like I was becoming a new player again, you know, like rebuilding myself. So coming back, well, when I left, I went to school because I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, try to finish out the right way, go to school and college, you know. But things didn't work out that way for me in school. So I came back to show people that even though you don't go to school for your sport, you still can make it out or make a living out of it or whatever you want to do with it. If you still have a passion for it, you can still play no matter if you're in school or not. So with me being who I am and taking on that route, I feel like I could open doors for more younger people and the people above me or behind me to succeed on their level. So my real reasoning for coming back was to give back. Like people who know me, who see me playing semi-pro and knowing that like some people feel like I should be on a different level, you know what I'm saying, a higher level basically, which I do myself, but I'm more humble that I know you gotta start somewhere to get somewhere. So this is where I'm gonna start it, and hopefully when I finish I have a whole community behind me or, you know, people from other states all over the world watching my story and get inspired by me doing what I'm doing so they could go succeed on their own.
So for newer Blast fans or Blast fans who are unfamiliar with you, what kind of player is the team going to see this year?
This year, I'm coming to be more, like way more explosive than I ever been in my life. I'm like speed kills. So I've been training to get my speed up. I'm gonna be way more vocal than I ever been. Like it's just, I really don't know. I really don't know, want to tell nobody what to expect. I just want them to come out and see because I can't. I want to put myself on a pedestal, but it's gonna be exciting this year.
All right, thank you so much for your time, MJ. I can't wait to see what you're able to do this season.
Thank you.
All right, also joining us on this week's edition of the Memphis Blast podcast, we have quarterback coach Dequris Anderson. Thank you so much for your time, Dequris.
No problem. How you doing today, Ms. Raven?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, so this is your first introduction to the Memphis Blast organization. This is your first year with the team. So give the fans kind of some background about yourself.
Just my name is Dequris Anderson. I'm from Jonesboro, Arkansas, born and raised. I played quarterback at Jonesboro High School. Played a little college ball, and I just enjoy football. Pretty much it.
All right, so how did you find out about the Memphis Blast?
I found out through the head coach, Tremaine. He reached out to me on Facebook, and I was supposed to play on one of his teams. He was coaching the Arkansas Gators, but past injuries, I'm a little bit too old for that.
Understand.
So oh, you go ahead.
No, go ahead, please finish.
He reached out and asked me if I would come coach up his quarterbacks, and I was like, oh yeah, love to do that.
And so will this be your first introduction into coaching?
Yes, ma'am. It would be my first time coaching like on the actual like this type of level of football. I mean, I've coached Little League, but that was only like as an assistant coach, like a volunteer helper.
All right, so from what you've seen so far, I know it's pretty early into the off season, but what have you seen of the quarterback so far? What are your impressions?
I really like him. He has a nice little arm on him. We just gotta work on that footwork, work on the decision making, work on a little ball placement. But other than that, I see a lot of touchdowns.
All right, so like you said, you are a former quarterback. So what is some advice that you are giving to the present Blast quarterbacks that you wish you would have gotten when you were playing?
Just more on footwork. Just because you can't throw without your feet. You got to step into every throw. You got to make sure you're not leaning back too far on that back foot. You got to make sure you're getting the right depth on every drop. Got to make sure you always keep your feet moving. Just in case pocket collapse. Just more. I would say on pocket presence. I was more so of a running type quarterback, so I was always taught to always be on. Always on guard to ready to take off. But I wish I was taught more on pocket presence and being able to get the ball out without too much panic going on.
All right, so what are some expectations that you have for the Blast this season?
My first year coaching with them, I just want to see improvement, see teamwork, see a brotherhood. That's why I came. The owner Charles, he really preaches that brotherhood and being together and always, working as a team. So I really like that family oriented, thing. So, I want to see a lot of wins, but hey, we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. So as we know, quarterbacks usually get a lot of hype, but it takes a great offensive line as well as some nice weapons to the quarterback to get the ball to. So how do you feel about the current weapons that the Blast have been assembling so far?
I really like our receivers. I like the way they get in and out of breaks. Good hands, good work ethic. Never getting too much down on themselves. Always picking each other up. Always picking the quarterback up, no matter if it's a high ball, low ball. Totally missed them. Still picking the quarterback up. Still picking each other up.
All right, so this is going to be the last question for me. For the Memphis Blast fans, like I said, who are unaware of you, want to get to know you, what is a message you would like to send to them ahead of this upcoming season?
I'm a cool, laid-back guy. I mean, I do a little talking. The owner get on me a little bit about that, but I'm really open book. You talk to me, I'd speak back to you.
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for your time, Coach. And thank you guys, Memphis Blast fans, for giving us a listen. Be sure to check out next week with the next edition. But for Raven Moore and the rest of the Memphis Black organization, we'll see you all next time.